I can sense the red lion. I just want to say thank you very much before I start this review on the Alliance Megaforce episode 4. I just want to say thank you very much. Airlim has hit over 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you very much for subscribing, for liking, commenting. It's put a smile on my face, and I never thought when I first started that I'd have over 10 people, let alone 1,000, and as more people come, I just want to say thank you very much. You know, you make this worth it. I love doing this for you guys, and me talking to a camera, it's kind of cool, even though it's like a machine, but I just want to say thank you very much. And rather than me ramble on along, let's start the review. Okay, so this time I'm going to do the same thing as I did last week, where I'm going to talk about everything in one go. So it starts off with the fighting in the Megazord, which I thought was really cool. They're fighting and saying, hey, you know, we need to defeat them, we need to do stuff. And I was like, yes! That's awesome! I think that's really cool. And then suddenly, you know, they're back at the command center, and Goze's like saying, hey, guess what guys? I'm sending you on a cheeky mission. You need more help, you need more lions, and that's what we're gonna get you. And it's the red lion. And one thing I found really funny was, no, it's like, Aramaria? I think it's Aramaria, whatever. It's like, where is that? I have never heard of it. So Goze is like, oh, by the way, that's where the red lion lives. And he suddenly goes like, I know everything, I know all about it. Guys, do it. I found that quite funny, because it's just like, he's like, I don't know anything. And then it's just like, yeah, I know everything about this place. And I'm like, okay. So they start looking on the sky ship, and Jake's like, yes, a sky ship! Ah! So pretty much like that. That's how I saw it anyway. And then literally they're all going on the sky ship, and they're looking around. And I kind of like the fact, I think they said in Gokaiger as well, it took them like 3 circles around the Earth to find it. And then they see the cloud, and they're like, ah. And I like the fact that the more chemistry is now building. Jake's becoming really good. He looks really good in green, so I don't know why they're kind of using the Megaforce stuff, but that is later. So Jake's like, oh, I'm gonna just cheekily look at you, see it. Gia, I always get this confused. And she's like, what are you doing? And she's like, at the end, you know that they're going to get together right at the very end. I'm hoping for the body swap episode that Doc and Luca had. I'm hoping, because that would be really funny. Okay, so as they go through, they find Aramaria, or Adamantia, whatever, I can't pronounce it, and they start fighting the X-Balls and stuff. And there were some really key points I thought was really, really good. First of all, they used a lot more American type footage. They didn't really heavily rely on it. So when literally the skyship hits the ground, and Troy's like, I'm going to fix this, see you in a bit. They were walking in their suits. Now, if I remember from Gokaiger, they were in their normal clothes. So it was really nice seeing American footage being used. In the past, it just seems like they've not really used a lot. It just seems that, you know, they kind of relied heavily on other things, but this was a really nice treat. And they put the helmets on, and they all start fighting, and it just seemed more grown-up-ish to some degree, even though it is a show aimed for the younger audience. But it just seemed, I'm moving my hands a lot like this. It just seemed really nice. It just seemed a nice kind of change, a breath of fresh air, that's the one. And so they start fighting, and one thing I quite liked is they used footage from the Magi Ranger episode slightly, because first of all you see Troy and Jake running off together. Normally it would have been red and blue, but no, it was Jake and Troy, and I thought that's cool. So no goes off things. Now, the one thing I didn't like, and me and my friend Johnny, when we were watching this morning, when we were seeing it, is Noah, and he constantly says, I can sense the red lion's on! He's looking at me! I'm watching him! Ah! Really got annoyed with that. So I couldn't really be, that did grate me when I started watching it back again. You have the thing where they turn into black rangers, they transform, and I like the thing, they're still keeping the whole thing of like calling like Dino Thunder Black, Alien Ranger Black, RPM Black, and I thought that was cool. I like that. I like the whole fighting thing. Now it did chop and change quite a bit, because obviously in Gokaiger they were standing by a stream, by a river, and when you saw the Megaforce Rangers they were like, oh, we're just standing in a field. So it kind of chopped and changed, and I thought, but again, it was nice seeing the whole calling out stuff and fighting. So Troy and Jake are talking to the bad guys, and they're saying like, you can't do it, you can't defeat us, you know, we are here to protect the world, we're here to protect everyone, blah 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 blah, like they normally do. And this was really cool. I like this because again it was American footage, and as when they've left a little bit of element of Doc in this, when you had him looking for his weapon saying like, oh my god, where's my weapons? Pen's mightier than sword, but a stick is better. I like that. I like the fact that they put humour inside this, and again it did remind me a little bit of Doc, but again they've turned that character, or that ranger, into kind of more serious character, and it kind of really suits it. So I'm really liking it. Then they transform. They turn around and they say, like, they go to Wild Force mode, and the only gripe I had this is they used it twice. If it was me, I would have had them turn into a different team and kind of have something different rather than having them transform twice in one series. So they transform, and then the Red Lion comes down and he's like, I'm going to destroy you bad guys and you good guys, because I don't trust anyone. Scribe, scribe, scribe. I did notice one mistake, and I didn't actually realise this the first time. When the Red Lion comes down, and one before the mistake actually, when the Red Lion comes down, they composited because they were Turboman, or Turboman, and that was the thing, or should we call them Japanese Turbo. And they superimposed the Rangers again, and when I was talking to my friend Johnny about this, he was saying it would cost more expenses to have this in a morphing sequence with the Blue Saber Saga. And I was like, well no, because it would cost more to compose them. And then literally when you had the Wild Force Rangers standing there taking over from the Turbo Rangers, that is what I kind of liked. It's little things like that. It did look a little bit out colour-wise, but it looked fantastic. The locations, the effects they used, more of the American fighting. Again, this is something that I like seeing, and it kind of reminds me of SPD. I kind of mixed two things together. So yeah, it kind of reminded me of SPD, and it kind of reminded me, you know, when they had like Ranger fights, Unmorph fights. So when they were using it, and the location suited it really well. So jumping to the mistake that I found, when the Red Lion swipes and knocks the bad guys as well as the Rangers off, they didn't cut out the Turboman footage. And to be fair, it was really quick. I didn't actually see it. I had to watch it again, and suddenly I was like, that's wrong. Here are some pictures. So yeah, I thought this was quite cool, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So the Rangers hit the floor, and obviously I thought they were using Jetman. I think like when I was talking to Johnny again, he was saying that they could always use Jetman and stuff like that. But I kind of like the fact that they just fell to earth, and they had like, it's like a cushion effect. You have your superpower, you have your normal power, and then you have you. So when they hit the ground, they turned, and they turned back to the Megaforce mode, which was kind of cool, but I kind of think it's now redundant, seeing as they can just instantly morph to super mode without having to be Megaforce mode. Check out the Blue Saber Saga. They start fighting, and then again the X-Borgs and the bad guys, they are attacking the people of the city, and again you saw more Gokaija footage. Again, they do the whole morph into Wild Force again, and they could have not done that, could have done that at the end rather than halfway through, so you got time of two things. And then literally they submit. Now, when it comes to the Megazord fights, when you had like the bad guy grabs the back of the Megazord, and they all go like, we can't move, we're stuck, the wheel can't move, so we can't activate our special powers, and we can't do this, we can't do that, and the bad guys are literally holding it. When they summon the Red Lion, it's like, oh, Red Lion's coming, and suddenly the wheel moved, and then they could summon him. So I kind of thought it would be nice if the Red Lion came back down onto the earth, slashed the bad guys, including the hand on the back, because that would have been it. That would have been cooler, because obviously you could have it like that, and then the effect happened, and it would have been cool, and I like that. I don't know why I talked like that. At the end, they were like, oh hey, this is cool, we got the Red Lion now, he is our friend, and he is going to help us, and yes. Just trying to think. There was one thing I did like, going quickly back into it, is when it goes like, yeah, we can use the Wild Force powers, and they summon that massive sword. I don't know what it's called. If you know, put a link down below, put a comment down below. And again, it shows that the bad guys are like, oh, you know, it's like, protect me, and they all make a barrier. I thought this was cool, because it's saying like, you know, you guys can sacrifice yourself, but I don't want to die. And again, it just went straight through, they beat them and stuff like that. And yeah, kind of cool. At the very end, when the bad monster dies, I was not happy. It just seemed a bit boring. And then again, Jake makes a really funny, well, I thought it was kind of funny when he says like, well, you know, luckily the Red Lion doesn't want to live on the skyship, because at the end of the day, if we need a bigger litter tray. And then just seeing like Gia or Sia's response to it, it's kind of like, it's like she likes him, but then it's like, you made a bad joke. And then back in the crow's nest, when Captain Marvelous is like, hey, we're gonna shoot the cannons, and she falls on Jake, and he's like, whoa, and she's like, get off me. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I like the episode. I really like that the show is progressing. it seems something different, and they're using a lot more American footage than I've seen, than kind of relying on Gokaija and the Super Sentai, but it's kind of a mix. I really like it, I really do. I think it's amazing. It's a very good episode, and I can't wait. I'm actually quite glad, because I now want to wait until next week and actually want to watch what happens, rather than like say when it was Gokaija, I was like, I need to see it now, I need to see it now. With Megaforce, I can wait a week, and I like it. So it goes straight up, hello, I watch it, and then I'll bring you guys a review. So, there was no shh. Why are you so loud? It's a nice day, I've got the window open. So, in general with all this, I think the show is getting better. Again, it's really weird, because when they go to super modes, like Super Samurai, I kind of enjoyed more, but I'm enjoying Super Megaforce. I think it's a very nice show. I think it's well done, to be honest. They're actually learning and kind of going more, so I'm kind of hoping when the Q Ranger, whatever the next one is, that will be actually quite good, and it'll keep the same level standard and not just go down like it did before. So yeah, so that's my review. That is the breakdown of the episode, my thoughts on it as well. I think it's a great show, and again, I want to say thank you very much to you guys. You guys have been with me since I began YouTube, and to all the new people that are coming in, thank you, hello, welcome. I hope you like my videos, and just thank you in general. So I want to say thank you to all you guys, and I look forward to bringing you more videos. So again, there we go, we have done the review. So I just want to say, if you've liked this video, like, favorite, subscribe, comment, tell me guys your question of the day. Actually, I'm going to give you two questions. One is, what did you think of this episode, and do you think that Megaforce is Super Megaforce is getting better? So this is kind of a three question. And three is like, which video did you find of the channel first, and yeah, which video did you like of mine? I think that's good. Yeah, so we're gonna do it. So there we go guys, thanks again, and I've said all the stuff, so I will see you guys in a bit.